Good morning, staff. My name is Kimberlyn Walker Burton. I will be presenting the title, Table of Content and Introduction Slides to the Creation of a Safe Environment for Children.
The creation of a safe environment for children. Great Minds presenters will be Abina Miller, Carmel Neptune Niblet, Carlene Harris, Kelani Pershad Sokola, and Kimberlyn Walker Burton. The table of contents will be the introduction, Bronfenbrenner's theory to help educators plan for the early childhood environment, factors that affect safe preschool environment, signs children display of unsafe environment at home, tips to ensure safety at home, conclusion, closing activity, and references. Like adults, children need a place to feel safe when they are learning or playing. The environment they are placed into can affect the way they feel and how they react to certain situations. Bronfenbrenner created 5 levels of ecological system. These levels are important in raising our children. They will display signs when they are not comfortable in an environment. We all should look out for these signs and help our children from now on. I thank you. I will now hand over to Avina Miller.
Thank you, Kimberlyn. Hello, my name is Abina Miller from the beautiful islands of Turks and Caicos. My presentation is based on explaining the Bronfenbrenner theory and how it can help educators to plan for the early childhood environment. What is the Bronfenbrenner theory? The Bronfenbrenner theory is known as the ecological systems theory, created by psychologist Yuri Bronfenbrenner. Bronfenbrenner believed the child's development is influenced by the different environmental systems. The ecological system theory describes the difference in behavior of the child in different environments and how the environment influences their growth and development. The ecological systems divide the environment into 5 different levels. Let's think about a young child and how his environment can affect him using the 5 levels of the ecological systems. The first level, microsystem, which is the most influential level and refers to the closest environment to the child that can affect him in a positive or negative way. Two examples are home and school. Then there's the mesosystem, refers to the interaction between the different parts of a child's microsystem. So for instance, the relationship between the child's parent and teacher can have a positive or negative impact on the child. The next level, exosystem, alludes to a setting that does not involve the child as an active participant but still affects him. For example, a child's dad may lose his job, and that will affect the child. Then there's the macro system, which is the culture environment the child lives in, like the economy, cultural values, and political systems. For example, a child growing up in a third world country will develop differently than a child growing up in England. Then the final level, chronosystem, refers to the dimension of time in relation to a child's development, like the timing of an event such as death of a parent will affect a 3-year-old differently from a teenager. Some ways the Bronfenbrenner theory can help educators to plan for the early childhood environment are to 1. Create parent and child activities such as dramatic play or painting together. 2. Teacher and child interactions, where teachers can create personalized learning experiences for their students. And 3. Maintaining a good rapport with the child's parents, which will positively affect the child. Thank you, and over to you, Carlene.
Good evening. My name is Caroline Harris, and I will be discussing question 4, parts B and C. This being, identify 2 environmental factors that pose challenges to a safe preschool environment and 2 signs that children might display if their environment at home is not safe. In the preschool environment, many considerations need to be made in order to provide a safe environment for children.
It is the preschool's responsibility not only to promote the development of children, but to allow them to do so in physical and emotional safety. This section will focus on two of these considerations: the materials used in the space and electrical outlets. Materials which are too hard or fragile are not ideal in a space where children will be housed, especially for the physical safety and the motor skills development of the child. Materials such as glass and hard plastics may break and increase the risk of laceration to children. Material may not be soft enough or accommodate children to develop motion skills. The material needs to be one that children can hold and squeeze. It should not cause pain or be a heavy material which would be difficult for a child to move. Electrical injury can be easily caused by unprotected electrical sockets. Sockets should be covered with a child-proof cover or be hidden from children. If children place their finger or any object into the electrical outlet, which may cause electrocution and possibly death. This could also be caused if children pour or spit water into the socket. Furthermore, tampering with the socket could cause a fire that would put other members of the preschool in danger. The preschool is only one space in which a child is likely to spend their time. Another is the home. It is important that caregivers at the preschool observe any signs that the child may present. It is an obligation of the school to ensure or draw to parents or authorities so that the child could be protected. Physical injuries are a possible sign of an unsafe environment at the child's home. Physical injuries can refer to lacerations, scars, bruises, or any discoloration. Objects may be the cause of the child, causing them to trip as they learn how to walk. Furthermore, there is a need for a soft area as children learn to walk, since falling is inevitable. Also, the edges of furniture should be covered to prevent children from colliding with them and causing injury. These injuries may also be caused by abuse, which is also a cause of an unsafe environment and should be dealt with appropriately. Children being withdrawn from playing and other activities could be a sign of an unsafe home environment. If children associate playing with pain, they may remove themselves from any activity which is associated with such. They may also associate activities with breaking items, which may elicit a negative response from the adult. As child development perception, they may relate events with experiences and make decisions to remove themselves from unwanted results. I now turn you over to Caramel.
Hi, my name is Carmel Neptune Nimblet. I'll be answering question 40 on 3 tips teachers can share with parents to ensure safety in the home.
Burn prevention safety tips. Children can be seriously burned by hot liquid, fire, heated appliances, hot pots and pans, electrical current, or chemicals. Parents, it is your duty to make your home a safe place for your child. And one way in doing this is to make your kitchen a child-free zone. That is, make sure you supervise your child when he's in the kitchen, that he would not climb up on the stove and pull down hot pots that contain hot water on him and that can burn him. When you are cooking, use the two-back burner of the stove and always turn all pot handles inward. Preventing fall. Your child can be seriously injured by fall in the home. Parents, to prevent fall, Always avoid placing furniture close to windows so that they can climb and hang out and fall and hurt themselves seriously. It is advised for you to put safety bars at your windows and at your staircase so that your child won't get hurt. Windows should be locked when parents is not around. Showcase. Your children love small toys and sometimes they place it in their mouth and in their nose. And this can cause suffocation. It can cause them to stop breathing. Plastic bags should be placed out of the reach of children so that they won't put them over their heads and cause suffocation, yet causing harm to them. Keep all ropes and belts out of the reach of children. This is going to prevent them from tying it around their neck and join it tightly and cause them to choke.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kalyani Suklal. I will be answering questions 5 and 6. Question 5 is the conclusion and question 6 is the closing activity. The conclusion is a summary of what our presentation was about. The closing activity is examining whether staff are able to recall 5 points from the presentation. Thank you. The ecological system theory was developed by Brough and Brenner. The microsystem includes the school and home environment, and it has the greatest influence on a child's life, whether it is positive or negative. The child's mesosystem are their parent or caregiver and teacher. It is the next most influential aspect of a child development. Children must have a strong and stable environment, which is important for positive child development. Teachers and parents or caregivers must work together to create that comfortable and safe environment for the child. Teachers must keep records of unusual marks and injuries, such as bruises or burn, which may indicate that the child is dwelling in an unsafe environment. Signs of phobia towards an activity may mean that the child have experienced trauma in a similar situation. Educators should communicate with parents on a regular basis to familiarize themselves with what occurs in the child's daily activities at home to ensure the child is in a safe home environment. Thank you. Welcome to Final Jeopardy! This is your host, Kalyani Prashad Suklal. Select the dollar amounts to hear your question, then click again to reveal the answer. Good luck! Question 1. Russian American who formulated the ecological system theory. Who was Bronfenbrenner? Question 2. The component of the ecological system that has the greatest influence on the child. What is the microsystem, home and school environment? Question 3. Areas of restricted access. What are the kitchen, windows, and stairs? Question 4. Indicators of possible child abuse. What are unusual marks or injuries and phobias? Question 5. Ways in which schools can help educate parents and caregivers about safety. What are open communication and seminars or workshops? This concludes our presentation. Thank you for playing. What was your score?